Do you ever feel like life's challenges are just too overwhelming, and you wish you could escape to a world of eternal youth and carefree adventures? Many of us have moments when we long for the simplicity and innocence of childhood, but for some, this desire becomes a way of life. It's what some call Peter Pan syndrome, a term coined by Dr. Dan Keeley in 1983 to describe a phenomenon where individuals, often men, struggle to grow up emotionally and take on the responsibilities of adulthood. This concept of Peter Pan syndrome is intriguing because it's not officially recognized as a mental disorder in the diagnostic manuals of the American Psychiatric Association. Instead, it's more of a collection of symptoms and behaviors that Dr. Keeley identified in his book, The Peter Pan Syndrome. Men who have never grown up, it's important to note that this isn't a clinical diagnosis but a way to describe a pattern of behavior. Dr. Keeley referred to these individuals as man-children. He beautifully captured their emotional struggle, stating, "The man wants your love, the child wants your pity. The man yearns to be close. The child is afraid to be touched. If you look past his pride, you'll see his vulnerability. If you defy his boldness, you'll feel his fear." In essence, these individuals often exhibit adult desires but harbor a deep-seated fear of growing up and taking on adult responsibilities. Interestingly, the roots of Peter Pan syndrome extend beyond Dr. Keeley's work. It's a concept that has its origins in Greek mythology and is often referred to as the archetype of the eternal child by the renowned psychologist Carl Jung. The archetype of the puer aeternus signifies eternal youth and embodies both positive and negative traits. On one hand, it represents newness, potential for growth, and hope for the future. On the other, it encompasses the man-child who resists growing up and tackling life's challenges, waiting for someone else to solve their problems. This disparity between chronological age and emotional maturity is striking. People exhibiting Peter Pan syndrome often appear to be older on the outside, but harbor emotional and psychological traits that are more characteristic of adolescence. This incongruence can lead to a host of challenges in their personal and professional lives. So, who is most affected by Peter Pan syndrome? Statistically, this phenomenon is found more often in men than women. These men are typically single, may not have completed their education, and often express dissatisfaction with their life achievements. They frequently hail from traditional family backgrounds where their parents remained together, and they were sensitive children caught in the crossfire of parental frustration. Growing up, these individuals often received mixed messages from their parents about their relationship. These conflicting messages can lead to a complex emotional landscape for the child, where they feel responsible for their parents' emotional well-being and struggle to reconcile their feelings. The negative self-image that develops in childhood often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. These individuals believe they have the power to both hurt and protect their parents, and they condemn themselves when they fail to do so. As adults, individuals with Peter Pan syndrome often exhibit symptoms like irresponsibility, anxiety, loneliness, and immaturity in their social and relational role. Their inability to grow emotionally and take on adult responsibilities can manifest in various aspects of their lives, often leading to dissatisfaction and fulfillment. Now, let's talk about the signs that someone may be tussling with Peter Pan syndrome. These individuals often exhibit emotional paralysis, struggling to express their emotions in a healthy and constructive way. For instance, anger may manifest as rage, disappointment as self-pity, sadness as nervous laughter, or forced cheerfulness. They may have difficulty articulating their feelings, which can create communication challenges in their relationships. Procrastination is another common trait. These individuals often put off important tasks until they're forced to confront them, and their life goals may be unclear or poorly defined. Phrases like "I don't know" and "I don't care" might become their default defense mechanisms when faced with criticism or difficult decisions. In social situations, they often struggle with forming genuine friendships. While they may seek out friends and appear friendly, their deeper connections with others can be limited. Loneliness and a fear of being alone are recurring themes in their lives. Magical thinking is another trait to watch for. They tend to believe that if they ignore their problems, those issues will somehow disappear. This can be an avoidance mechanism, allowing them to sidestep responsibility and deny their mistake. Blaming others for their problems is a common pattern, and escaping from reality becomes their coping mechanism. In their romantic relationships, these individuals may struggle to find a partner who can fully connect with them. Their immaturity can be off-putting, and a fear of rejection often drives them to hide their sensitivity behind a facade of self-confidence. This can result in a series of short-lived or unsatisfying relationships. But the good news is there's hope for those caught in the web of Peter Pan syndrome. The path to overcoming Peter Pan syndrome involves integrating elements of the Senex archetype into daily life. The Senex represents qualities like discipline, control, rationality, and taking responsibility for one's actions. Balancing these opposing archetypes, the eternal child and the wise elder, helps create a more sustainable and fulfilling lifestyle. Focusing on mundane tasks with mindfulness and working toward becoming more responsible are crucial steps. This involves following through with commitments and understanding the consequences of your actions on both yourself and others. Remember that swinging too far in either direction, toward eternal youth or excessive rigidity, can have detrimental effects on your life. The goal is to find a harmonious balance that allows you to lead a responsible and aware life while retaining a sense of childlike wonder. In essence, it's about embracing both the Peter Pan and Captain Hook within ourselves. These opposing forces complement each other, and when they work in harmony, life becomes more meaningful and fulfilling. Now, if you're in a relationship with someone who may be experiencing Peter Pan syndrome, it's crucial to approach the topic with compassion and understanding. It's not about trying to fix your partner, but gently guiding them toward the help they might need to address their anxiety, loneliness, and social or relational challenges. It's a delicate process, but it can lead to personal growth and stronger, healthier relationships. So remember, we all have a little bit of Peter Pan in us, but it's our ability to embrace the responsibilities and challenges of adulthood that allows us to lead more fulfilling lives. The path to personal growth and maturity is a journey worth taking, and it's never too late to start.